Woo-hoo-hoo. And we are here for the book launch party today. Special, special day for Michelle B. Griffin. And we are introducing her new book baby to the world today. First of all, what is this book and what makes it different?
You see this cute little paperback? This is a positioning tool. This is your self-assessment tool because before you can really get out there, or you should get out there, you really want to be well positioned. And so my whole own your lane framework and roadmap is the strategic way to do that. But before you can do that, I find that people don't take the time to really clarify what makes them different, what they want, all the things. We just rush out. I've said this for years. We need a foundational roadmap, and this is the first step. Think of this as your self assessment tool that I am here guiding you along the way. When I work with my clients, we do these deep dive assessments. They'd say, Michelle, oh my gosh, you're asking me questions no one's ever asked me. And I'm bringing it right here to you in this assessment planner tool book. So that's what it is.
I love it. And it's exciting because it is just so simple to use.
I made it short. Guess what today is? Today is National Short Attention Span Day. Yes, there's a day for that. And that's so fitting because I like simple, strategic, and cut to the chase. No fluff, all foundation. And that's what this little baby is 72 pages of good stuff. This is your tool to get out there in a bigger way. So, this is you. You're brilliant at what you do. There is no question you've got skills, talents, but you realize you need to be out there in a bigger way. Maybe you're not, people don't really know you or you're known like this much and you need to get out in a bigger way. You have trouble communicating who you are, what you're different. You go to these networking events and people say, well, who are you? Or what do you do? And you just want to freeze up. Or sometimes we see, and this happens to all of us, we see people sometimes less equipped than us who are getting all those opportunities that whatever it is we want. And it's like, oh my gosh, what about me? Why am I not out there? Well, it's because maybe we haven't taken the time in our busy life to get really well positioned. So, therefore, everything else becomes easier. We rush out of LinkedIn. All the personal branding advice says post content, be visible. And I've said it too, but I've also said we need a foundational plan. So, this book is for those experts who are ready to break free from obscurity and become noticed, known, and chosen for what they do best.
I love that. So, one of the things about your book, Michelle, is that it's part of a series and it's part of the Own Your Lane series. And this is number one, the first book in the series. There'll be many more to come. If we were to talk about what is the Your Lane series, but also what does Own Your Lane mean? Because it's right at the top of this book. What does that mean?
That is you taking control of your professional presence. So all the good things that do and want to get out there, you're well positioned so the right people see you, notice you, and choose you. We can be brilliant, but if no one knows us or can understand us, that's another thing. If they can't understand us, if we're just too bland, broad, that's probably the number one thing. And the reason why we're just so close to ourselves, to what we do, we can't see it. So when I worked with clients, that was the number one thing to really extract that and help them be well positioned for the opportunities they want. So in your lane is a 4-step process. I spent all last year refining what used to be 7 steps to 4 simple steps, simple, strategic. So it's launch your vision. What is it you want and what you believe in? When we also have a North Star, like a brand North Star guiding our work, why do we do what we do? Gosh, it helps us get out there in the days we're like, no. And you realize it's not about me. It's I'm getting out there because I have value to bring others. Then we assert our difference, Jillian. The number one thing, like I just said, is we're just too broad, right? We need to go, what makes me different? Why should someone remember and choose me? I'm helping you do that with step A. Then N, navigate your presence. This is where you shape your personal brand, how you want people to think about you, feel about you, and how you communicate online and off and in LinkedIn. That's a big part of it. And then E, elevate your authority. See, I have a background in PR, master's in PR. Ever since I was age 17, I knew I wanted to work in PR. And so I brought the PR publicity angle in because that's the area where I didn't see a lot of personal branding take place. So this is a way to elevate by getting publicity on podcasts, speaking, media features, whatever it is you want. And Jillian, one last thing. This Own Your Lane is a roadmap for you on your terms and your timeline. Not cookie cutter. It's the way out there, but you choose your own direction with my guidance. And this is the first step to get you out there.
I love that. You've done such a nice job of breaking that down, and it just makes so much sense.
It's simple and strategic. It took me a whole year to make it happen. It's so good today to finally get it out there. A year ago tomorrow is when I announced Own Your Lane, the book, and it's now become the platform, the roadmap, and a book series. I want to shout out to Chris Stanley, who helped me realize this could be an amazing mini book series. We don't need to be weighed down. Information is a commodity. What we need is connection and implementation. And I'm bringing that here with you. I'm your human connection, cheering you on and showing you the easy way to get out there. I'm really wanting to get this into more hands. My whole mission is to help brilliant people break free from obscurity, get out there in a bigger way. And I want you to have this. But let me tell you this. I love over delivering. So you're not just getting this book, there is an almost 30-page workbook. If you read the Kindle and you like to write, there's an entire workbook that takes all the assessments. Plus, there's the Lane Navigator scorecard in digital format because once you go through the assessments, then I have a digital scorecard which shows this is where you are, the 4 areas I see where you are. Then, in the age of AI, AI is what everyone's talking about. I created these AI custom prompts. So you take all this information and then we put in AI and then it'll help you summarize and just see. Now, I'm not someone who says AI will write our stuff. I'm just using this as a summary tool where I think AI is brilliant because I can't be there to summarize it for you. I've trained AI or given the prompts. And then, of course, what I'll have down the pipeline, Jillian, is a course, a workshop, and more books along the way to help you solve the problem at hand at that moment in the whole Own Your Lane roadmap series.
That's exciting, and especially the whole AI bit. You just kept the best kept secrets for last of letting us all know about that. Take advantage of this, and especially with all the extra goodies packed in. Leslie says, I love that you recognized your block rather than pushing for
Yes.
a standard single book.
Yes. For those also thinking about writing a book on your framework or expertise, this is going to help. So, February 1st, 2024, I launched Own Your Lane. It had a different cover. I was just going to write my 7 step and it just evolved. And I realized going through it as my business model changed and I saw where I wanted to go, launch my vision. I realized I need to make this simple, strategic, and really prime for people to take hold of it, remember, and take action. People just need a quick win. So I don't want people to be bogged down. I want you to get a quick win. That's why this is only 72 pages. I can see future books maybe on how to pitch for a podcast, how to write your expert bio, how to put together your publicity toolkit, how to find your right message. I mean, everything in this lane format, I'm going to be writing a mini book on so that if this is
Mm.
your problem, you grab this. Maybe someone down the road, that's their problem. So they don't have to go through a stack of pages to get what they want. And again, no fluff, all foundation is kind of my motto. And that's what I'm doing. And eventually, here's what I foresee. Eventually, the yellow book behind me is the cover for the flagship Own Your Lane book. All the case studies, stories, the people in a story, a case study of how they're doing it. How many times do we love reading stories of people, how they struggled and they found success? And in different contexts, men, women, different industries. That's what I'm shooting for. So that's
I
the,
love
the behind the scenes.
I especially love the case studies because then you can see how it's applied. Because when we read a case story, we're putting ourselves in the role and going, how would this help me?
Yeah.
So by seeing somebody else, because a lot of times all this information is great, but I'm not sure how it applies to me. And then when I go through whatever they're struggling with, I'm probably struggling with too. So it helps me go through the process. So I love that. We're all excited for that.
Then it'll become a course and a workshop. I have designed, and when you get the workshop and the course, a one-page roadmap. You are going to write after you assess. We're going to put your one-page roadmap together. The L, the A, the N, and the E, all the high-level stuff, none of the fluff, just the foundation you need to get out there. And it's your living document, but it can evolve a little. It's not set in stone, but this is your plan. Can I say we make plans for everything, Jillian? We make career plans, financial, retirement, baby, marriage, party plans, even vacation plans. We don't make visibility plans for our professional presence. And that's what this roadmap will do when I get my course and workshop out there. Don't
Well,
forget the paperback or the Kindle, even if you get it free or you buy it, you're going to get that almost 30-page workbook. And with the assessment questions, the Lane Navigator scorecard, plus the digital version. I have the Lane Navigator scorecard in the book, but you get the digital assessment plus the AI report prompts to really help you. And I love over delivering. So I could see me adding more to it. So right now it's close to 30 pages. I could see me as I find more stuff for you throwing that in. So this is going to be something, this is a tool and I want you out there. So let's
Okay.
and also too, like I did with the LinkedIn branding book, we have the wall of readers. I'm going to start that. So you take a picture of the book, send it to me because I want to start putting you on the wall of readers. It can be in the content. I just want to see all the people who are really positioning themselves or ready to step out and become noticed, known, and chosen for what they do best and just need that roadmap. So send me a picture and I can't wait to see you. Nothing makes me happier when you see people who read your books and are finding value from it. And that's why I write books and create it Own Your Lane.
We've talked about so the planner's focus and function. Have we kind of covered all that, Michelle, or is there any
Yeah, I
more
think
you'd like to
so.
say?
It basically introduces you to what I'm doing, takes you through my lane format, and then I have questions. Pretend like are working with me and I'm asking you these questions. Very much a lot of these are the same assessment questions when I work one-on-one with my clients. If you don't take the time to extract all the stuff, we just go through the motions, right? We just do all the things, but it really needs to be, let me take the time, let me invest in myself and my future. I am worth so much and I need to be out there. So these are the questions I want you to honestly answer. It's not perfect. Just get them out there, name it, declaim it. Then you take it through the Lane Navigator scorecard, and then you take it through the AI prompts, and then you get this clarity like, this is what I put in and this is what Michelle and AI she trained is helping me see. And so, yes, this is your clarity tool to get out there and know what really sets you apart and lights you up. So I'm excited to see what that is for you.
And so, Michelle, what's next?
I'm
It's
already
great.
looking for what's next because I don't like to stop. The course and workshop will be coming out later this year because, yes, I've started it, but I've got to finish it. More mini books. And I would love to know if people have any special requests on the mini books after you see the lane. I'm probably going to lean into a lot of the PR stuff. That's where people seem to be lit up. I gave a great PR masterclass yesterday and it was so well received. In the age of social media, we're not leaving it. LinkedIn is amazing, but we've got to diversify our visibility streams. And I'm a huge proponent for publicity and PR to really elevate it. Speaking, podcasts, guessing, media mentions, all that is so possible because the media seek fresh stories and fresh
Mm.
like you out there. And this will show you exactly how to get out there.
And if I could put in a personal request, I remember so much that you have talked about putting yourself out there, and that's
Mhm.
like such a famous thing for you. So I'd like to see a put yourself out there book.
In fact, I see behind me, you see that little diagram, that little precious thing. Shout out to Martin Barnes, who I think did that for me in 2021 because I started seeing PYOT. I have a presentation I'm gonna make a book format, and that gives you the PYOT pyramid because I get it. There's people here like, "Yeah, I wanna do it, I wanna do it." But when push comes to shove, and I'm like this too, you get scared. You get
Mm.
scared, held back, imposter syndrome kicks in like you wouldn't believe. This PYOT pyramid formula will help you. So that might be my next one because it's mostly already written. So thank you for that, Jillian. And specifically, thank everyone who's been here today to take their precious time to be here to help me celebrate. Thank you, Jillian. And truly, it is my mission to help more brilliant people like you listening, watching, get out there in a bigger way, break free from obscurity, and truly become noticed, known, and chosen for what you do best. So this is the first step there. So
I
thank
love
you.
that. I love that. And if you can get over to Amazon,
Don't forget the workbook and the Digital Lane Navigator scorecard and the AI prompts to make sense of all the work you've done. I want to caution you, you don't have to do this overnight. Take the time, invest in yourself, and truly do it. When you write it, it makes it happen. If you are ready to step up this year, you've got to really, truly get this out. How else do we know, right? How else, unless you take the time? So I'm cheering you on. If anyone has any questions, I'd love to connect with you. Reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'm always here to lend an ear and point you in the right direction.
awesome. Okay, well, bye everybody. We'll see
Yeah.
you soon with the
All
next
right.
book.
Take care. Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye-bye.